भवतु मां भवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ
Tagadajanu dirana tana dirana di Nadratani tajam tagadajanu tajam tagadajanu tajam tagadajanu dirana tana dirana di dirana 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 tana dirana di
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे, श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे, श्रीविघ्नराजं भजेऽहं, 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 भजे तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे, श्रीविघ्नराजं भजेऽहं, 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 भजे तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं सन्ततमहं कुञ्जरमुखं कान्तकसुतं तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे, सन्ततमहं दन्तिकुञ्जरमुखं कान्तकान्तकसुतं तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे, सन्ततमहं दन्तिकुञ्जरमुखं कान्तकान्तकसुतं तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे, श्रीविघ्नराजं भजेऽहं, 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 भजे तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे, सेवितसुरेन्द्रमहनीयगुणशीलं जपतपसमाधिसुखवरदानुकूलं, सेवितसुरेन्द्रमहनीयगुणशीलं जपतपसमाधिसुखवरदानुकूलं, भावितसुरमुनिगण भक्तपरिपालं भयङ्करविशङ्कमं तङ्गकुलकालो श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे, भावितसुरमुनिगण भक्तपरिपालं भयङ्करविशङ्कमं तङ्गकुलकालो श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे, श्रीविघ्नराजं भजेऽहं, 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 भजे तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं कनककेयूरहारावळि गलितगम्भीरगौरद्गिरि शोभं सुशोभं, कनककेयूरहारावळि गलितगम्भीरगौरद्गिरि शोभं सुशोभं, कामारिभयभरितमूढमदकलिकलुषकण्ठितमुकण्ठ प्रतापं, सनकसुतनारदपतञ्जलिपराशि मतङ्गमुनिसङ्गसल्लापो, सनकसुतनारदपतञ्जलि संगसल्लापो,
Good evening, everybody. We would like to welcome all of you to Caroline's Arangetram. I'm Catherine,
And I'm Prithvi.
and we'll be your MCs for this evening. A very warm welcome to all of you to Caroline's Arangetram. Today is a very special and joyous occasion. It is a day to celebrate an important milestone in Caroline's life. Arangetram is the debut on-stage performance of a student of Indian classical dance and music. It is a beginning of a new journey where art becomes part of you, a part of your everyday living. Hence the significance of this day. We are here to celebrate something that is more than dance. Caroline has been learning dance for the last 14 years and has embraced Bharatanatyam not just as an art form, but as a journey of learning the life lessons, discipline, perseverance, and above all, dedication. With these core values embedded in her, she is here to perform her Arangetram.
Vidushi Srimati Sapna Phad is the director of Upasana School of Dance in Allen, where she is training the future generation of artists. For the past 8 years, Caroline has been training under Sapna in the Pandanallur style of Bharatanatyam. The Pandanallur style of Bharatanatyam is known for its emphasis on linear geometry that can be found in the Aduva technique and for its depth and importance given to Abhinaya.
A few reminders before we begin. Please turn off cell phones completely or set them to vibrate if you need to be reachable. If your child is causing distractions, please take them outside to the lobby area. We request that if you need to enter or exit the auditorium, please wait and do so in between the presentations. Please note that flash photography and video is strictly prohibited. This includes using cell phones for recording video or audio and taking pictures. We appreciate your cooperation in this matter.
The program will begin with Pushpanjali, an offering of flowers to God, followed by salutations to the Lord of Dance, Nataraja, the Guru, the musicians, and the audience. She will then perform Ganesha Stuti, a prayer to the Lord Ganesha, who is revered as the Lord of Beginnings, remover of obstacles, a patron to the arts and sciences, and the Deva of intellect and wisdom. Pushpanjali in Gambhira Nata Raga and Ekatala, Ganesha Stuti in Hamsadvani Raga and Aditala.
Please welcome on stage Caroline with a very big round of applause.
Tatodagatam dam 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 dim 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 tagatodangum takutta tatodagatam dam 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 dim 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 tagatodangum takutta tatodagatam dam 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 dim 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 tagatodangum takutta tatodagatam dam 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 dim dim tagatodangum takutta ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗವರಿತನೆ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೆ ತ್ರಿಜಗವರಿತನೆ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗವರಿತನೆ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ಗಜವದನ ಮೋದದಿ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಪಾದವ ತೋರೋ ಸಾಧು ವಂದಿತನೆ ಆಧರದಿಂದಲಿ ಮೋದದಿ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಪಾದವ ಸಾಧು ವಂದಿತನೆ ಆಧರದಿಂದಲಿ ಮೋದದಿ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಪಾದವ ತೋರೋ ಸಾಧು ವಂದಿತನೆ ಆಧರದಿಂದಲಿ ಸರಸಿ ಜನಾಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಗರ ವಿಠಲನ ಸರಸಿ ಜನಾಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ನಿರತನೆ ನೀವು ಬಂದೆ ನೀದಯ ಮಾಡೋ ನಿರತನೆ ನೀವು ಬಂದೆ ನೀದಯ ಮಾಡೋ ಮೋದದಿ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಪಾದವ ತೋರೋ ಸಾಧು ವಂದಿತನೆ ಆದರದಿಂದಲಿ ಸರಸಿ ಜನಾಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಗರ ವಿಠಲನ ನಿರತನೆ ನೀವು ಬಂದೆ ನೀದಯ ಮಾಡೋ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗವರಿತನೆ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ಗಜವದನ
Caroline will now present Jatiswaram. Jatiswaram is a pure nrita or rhythmical piece showcasing the integration of adavus or steps in the form of corvées to notes set to a particular raga. Jatiswaram in Kalyani Raga and Rupakamthala.
Hopefully everyone has been enjoying this very entertaining program Caroline's been putting on. I'm not only the MC of this evening, but also Caroline's favorite sister. 18 years ago, when Caroline was born, my life got a whole lot better. When I wanted to play school, I had an actual student. When I wanted to play house, I had a little baby. And when I wanted to dress someone up, I had the perfect model. Greatest of all, I had my own personal fan club. Caroline followed me everywhere I went and was always cheering me on. But at the age of 4, Caroline decided it was her turn to take center stage. When Caroline started dancing, she was the youngest student the studio had ever seen. This 2 or 3 foot girl put all her might into her dance, stomping hard, half sitting low, but her biggest draw of all was her adorable little smile that would make anyone's heart melt. Each year, it was a prize to watch Caroline dance and grow. As the years have gone by, she's not only gotten more graceful with her dancing, but studied hard and graduated high school with top grades, fought hard and got her black belt in Taekwondo, and now danced hard to perform her very own Arangetram. Needless to say, she accomplishes anything she sets her mind to. She has a big brain, as we can all tell from her very big head, but even bigger is her heart. If there was ever a kid in the class with no friends, Caroline made sure to befriend them. If anyone ever got bullied, Caroline stepped in and made sure they had someone defending them. She always ensures that everyone is taken care of in any situation, no matter who they are. All these years, I thought I would be teaching her everything, but looking back, I think she's taught me more. Caroline, you may be taller and stronger than me, but you'll always be my little Niney. To see you on the stage with such grace, strength, and power, I could not be more proud as your big sister. I love you dearly, and keep up this incredible show. I'd now like to invite Caroline's friends, Tarun and Sonia, and Caroline's cousin Jessica to the stage to say a few words about her.
Hello everyone, I hope you all are enjoying the performance today. My name is Tarun Kolei. Today is a very important day for Caroline and her family, and I'm honored to give a little speech about Caroline today. I first met Caroline just a year ago in the TAM Summer Research Program in 2021. At the time, no one knew anyone. Our entire junior year was remote and online due to COVID, and many people didn't know anyone. Everyone was excited to come in person for the first time and meet new and interesting people. Caroline was no exception. One of the very first interactions I recall of Caroline was how she couldn't remember my name at all for the first week, even though she has a really good memory. Since then, I have somehow become very good friends with Caroline and gotten to know her very well. She's also learned my name, hopefully. Caroline has easily been the most passionate and outspoken person I've ever met. I would regularly find myself in conversations with her lasting multiple hours, spanning a large variety of topics, whether it was music and politics, or even why she had to get a Monster energy drink after history every Tuesday and Thursday morning. Whenever I am looking for any advice, Caroline has always been the best person to go to. Her advice is always insightful, although slightly blunt, and has helped me a lot over the last year. I am very grateful to have met Caroline and have her as a friend. Every time Caroline mentions that she has been dancing for 15 years, it blows my mind. At TAMS, Caroline is well known as an experienced and talented dancer. In addition to practicing for a performance today, she has also practiced and was involved in the TAMS dance team as well. She would not only practice and perform in several shows throughout the year, but also helped choreograph dances as well. I remember every time Caroline had to perform at a TAMS, she would be afraid to call home because she would get in trouble for not coming home and practicing for her Arangetram. Every weekend, I would get a ride back to TAMS from Caroline's parents, and I have to admit, they were a staple in my week. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to the conversations Caroline and her parents had every week. It would be like my own personal live TV show, as I got to listen to updates about Caroline's dance on some days, while on others I got to hear embarrassing stories about Caroline's childhood. Through several trips to and from TAMS, I have to say that today's performance means a lot to Caroline and her family, and they have put a large amount of effort and time into today's performance. Since meeting her, I've always been impressed with how thorough and determined Caroline is with not only her schoolwork, but dance as well. No matter how much work and stress Caroline had with school and college applications, she would always make sure she put time towards dance and keep it as a priority. During summer research, she would annoy people with how much she practiced. There were numerous occasions where she would get noise complaints from other people because she had to practice in her room. In the spring semester, I remember Caroline walking a mile just to practice at UNT's dance building. She would come back late at night, right before curfew, and while it would be freezing cold or raining heavily. All in all, Caroline is an amazing person with an amazing personality, putting on an amazing show today. I'm very proud of her, and I look forward to enjoying the rest of the show. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sonia Pindarkar, and I was so excited when Caroline asked me to write a speech for her Arangetram. Hopefully, in the speech, I am able to define and delineate this spectacular friendship I've had with her for the last 14 years. When a lot of people think of a best friendship, most picture an instant connection, two little kids who meet each other, they spend all their time talking about each other, being with each other, a type of love at first sight, if you might. For Caroline and I, it was the complete opposite. When we met in first grade, for some trivial, elementary, unknown reason now long forgotten, we did not want anything to do with each other. While other friendships continued to mature, we really did not exist. Finally, in fourth grade, we came to some mutual unspoken understanding, as if we simultaneously realized that we have a lot more in common than really anybody, and to think anything else was a complete waste of energy. When Caroline finally got accepted into TAMS, it was on a bus ride home, and I was so happy for her. This was something that she had been talking about, dreaming about ever since I met or started talking to her in elementary school. And to see your best friend finally fulfill something they've wanted for so long is really amazing. I will admit, though, that I was worried to an extent, not about her, but about us, in the sense that I knew that this lack of communication that would now develop between us, because of this distance that would now be between us, I was worried it would weaken our friendship. But very soon, I realized that our connection was already so incredibly strong that any dormancy in our conversation really had no effect on us. We could not talk for 3 weeks because we were busy or we were each doing something, but then we could come back right after, and it was as if we had never stopped. Time and distance really had no hold on us, and when I realized that, that is something that I became extremely protective over, and something that I found to be ineffably unique. This last part, I guess, is more directed towards her. Our friendship has recently proven to span all the way across cities. In the coming months, it'll prove to span across states, maybe even countries. I am so incredibly proud of her. She's back there. I'm so incredibly proud of her, not only with this Arangetram, but also I've got to see her grow as a person, and I had the amazing privilege of growing with her through elementary school, through middle school, half of high school, and I wanted to know, obviously her and I know this, I may not be able to solve every problem that comes her way, but despite all the distance and time between us, she will never have to face those problems alone. Thank you.
On average, the earliest memory someone can recall in their life goes back to when they are 2.5 years old. I had the pleasure of meeting Caroline when she was just 3, meaning Caroline probably can't remember life without me. She is stuck remembering me, probably. But I remember life before Caroline and life after meeting Caroline, and life with Caroline in it has been much better. When she met me for the first time, she grabbed my pinky and gave me the best house tour a 3-year-old possibly could. That is my first core memory of Caroline, welcoming. My second core memory of Caroline involves determination. I watched one of her first dance recitals. I don't know if it was her very first, but definitely an early one. She was all dressed up, and I just remember seeing her smile through her entire dance routine, while subtly, but also not so subtly, managing a costume malfunction, while performing her dance with her all. My third core memory of Caroline involves comfort. When both of our siblings left us for college, it was just her and I at family gatherings. Or we were the only kids. Whenever I looked around the room for someone I knew that was not an adult to talk to, there was always Caroline, ready to show me where the snacks are and accompany me so I didn't have to eat them alone. Or worse, with adults, because when you're a kid, that's weird. I'm so happy to see her perform today and see all the hard work that she's put in, not just this past year, but through all her years of dance. Caroline, if you hear me, we love you very much, and so happy to be here and proud of you.
Check 1, 2, 3. There is a costume change going on, so give us a few minutes. I think there is a little bit of a delay.
The most complex and intricate item in a dance repertoire, Varnam, gives a dancer leeway to improvise on a given theme and add color to its meaning. This item reveals in full the abstract and expressive aspects of the dance and builds on the rhythmic, melodic, as well as lyrical aspects of the music. The Varnam for this evening is a composition by Sri Harikeshnalur Muttaya Bhagavatar, who is a musician in the court of Sri Krishnaraja Udair, the Maharaja of Mysore. In this Varnam, the poet describes Devi Chamundeshwari, as the one praised and worshipped by all, including his king. He describes Chamundeshwari as a protector of the devout, whose eyes resemble that of lotus petals, and whose face is as beautiful as a full moon.
The choreography highlights how Devi is regarded as Chamundeshwari through the slaying of the two demons, Chanda and Munda. The two demons gained a boon that they could never be slain by a man. They considered a woman too weak to fear. Armed with this powerful boon, they wreaked havoc in the universe. Seeing the cruelty inflicted by Chanda and Munda, Goddess Devi turned black with rage and emerged as Goddess Kali, with blood-red eyes, wearing a garland of severed heads. The sunken features of her body sharply contrasted with those of the graceful Durga. Goddess Kali then engaged in a ferocious fight with Chanda and Munda, but they were powerless and clueless before the mighty Kali. Soon, Goddess Kali cut off the heads of the demons and came to be known as Chamundeshwari. Ladies and gentlemen, Varnam set to Vasanta Raga and Adi Tala.
सन्नोतागी श्री चामुण्डेश्वरी शातोदरी सन्नोतागी श्री चामुण्डेश्वरी शातोदरी सन्नोतागी श्री
Nam
लोले भक्तपालि वाले भव हरिकेश 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 लोले
You can start.
Next up, we have artist introductions. Guru Vidushi Srimati Sapna Bhatt, my mom, is an accomplished Bharatanatyam artist trained in the Pandanallur style of dance under the able guidance of Gurus Vidwan Sri UK Arun and Guru Srimati Savita Arun from Bangalore, India. The meticulous and disciplined training imparted by her guru since the age of 5 has made her a soulful performer known for her eloquent expressions. Sapna's passion for teaching has led her to establish the Upasana School of Dance, dedicated to teaching Bharatanatyam to aspiring students in Allen, Texas. Her students have engaged in learning this art form and have successfully imbibed discipline, love, and respect for not only Bharatanatyam, but for the rich heritage of India. Having completed her Arangetram at the age of 9 with a stellar performance, Sapna had instantly become a child star among the then art circle of Bangalore. With the encouragement and support given by her gurus and parents, she continued successfully in her dance journey, giving several performances both in India and later in the US. Apart from the traditional repertoire, she has also choreographed her own productions, Dashavatara, Nritya Milana, Panchabhutas, and Krishna Mande, which were well received by the audience in DFW and in other parts of the country. She has used these productions to raise funds to give back to the community. Besides this, Sapna is also a successful architect and is presently working for a reputed architectural firm in Dallas. I would now like to welcome my mom, Guru Srimati Sapna Bhatt, with a round of applause.
Next up, Tanmay Krishnamurthy. Tanmay Krishnamurthy, a disciple of Carnatic music icon Vidwan T.M. Krishna, is one of the most sought-after young Carnatic musicians today. Born into a family of musicians, Tanmay started learning music from her mother, Vithushi Rajalakshmi, and grandmother, Vithushi Krishnaveni. She's also receiving advanced training from her maternal uncle, Vidwan Vittal Ramamurthy, who has been her musical guide throughout. After a debut performance at the age of 11, Tanmay has been a regular performer and has given concerts in major music festivals in India and the US. She has performed in several prestigious venues and major festivals and holds several awards and achievements for her contributions in music, along with being an All India radio artist. She holds a master's degree in ethnomusicology from the University of North Texas, and her thesis, Sing Raga Embody Bhava, The Way of Being Rasa, explores how the Indian aesthetics of rasa philosophy account for creative presence and its experience in a Carnatic raga performance. Being both a performer and a researcher, Tanmay aims to bring out the artistic link between Indian aesthetics, philosophy, literature, and the contemporary art performances. I would like to welcome Srimati Tanmay Krishnamurthy on stage with a round of applause.
Balu Kurup is a renowned mridangist and percussionist who experiments with multiple genres like Indian classical, jazz, African, and world music percussions. He is fortunate to be a small leaf of a huge banyan tree, the Thanjavur Bani Mr. Idangam lineage of Palghat Mani Iyer. Under renowned gurus Sri Nagur Ambi Iyer, Sri Mavelikara Velukuti Nair, and Sri Erikavu Sunil. Balu has performed with notable maestros, to name a few, like Prince Rama Verma, J. Vijayan Brothers, K.J. Yasudas, K.S. Chitra, Sankran Nambudiri, and many Carnatic music exponents. He has been performing for Veil Vinia, a symphony group based in Germany, and does concerts across European countries, US, and the Middle East. Balu believes music is universal and a medium to communicate the most innate expressions with nature, and is open to experimenting with any form of music and artist. I would like to welcome Sri Balu Rajendra Kurup on stage with a round of applause.
Deepa Shastri, a Carnatic violinist and vocalist from Bangalore, started learning vocal from her mother, Vithushi Srimati Rama Krishnamurthy, and violin from her aunt, Vithushi Srimati Savitri Srinivas, at a very early age. She has continued performing for more than 3 decades. Deepa is a disciple of Vidwan Sri H.K. Narasimha Murthy from Mysore and Vidwan Sri H.S. Sudhindra from Bangalore, and has adapted Parur style of playing. She has accompanied many senior and upcoming artists in various sabhas across India and the US. She has been accompanying for many dance arangetrams and ranga professions across the US. She is a graded artist of All India Radio Bangalore. She has been performing in Chennai music season for more than 2 decades. She has won Yuva Pratibha Award from Anaya Sangeeta Sabha, Bangalore, and Best Junior Violinist Award from the Indian Fine Arts Society, Chennai, to name a few. Deepa is currently running a school named Deepam School of Indian Music and Arts in Frisco. She is currently training violin and vocal for students and contributing to Carnatic music world. I would like to welcome Srimati Deepa Murthy on stage with a round of applause.
Gautam Narasimha Prasad is an accomplished flautist who has been performing for over 20 years. He started learning flute at the tender age of 7 under the tutelage of Venugana Visharada Vidvan, Sri B. Shankar Rao of Bangalore, India. He has performed in various sabhas in India and events organized by Indian cultural organizations in the US, and has also provided instrumental support to several leading artists who were on a concert tour to the US. Gautam, a software professional working for a leading financial firm, has varied interests in Indian culture, religion, philosophy, dramatics, and social work. He currently resides in McKinney, Texas, with his wife and daughter, and imparts flute lessons to many youngsters. I would like to welcome Sri Gautam Narasimha Prasad on stage with a round of applause.
We'll just give a minute for the orchestra to come. As we continue with our program tonight, we have a kirtana composed by Uttukadu Venkata Subba Iyer. The kirti is on Lord Krishna. O Krishna, who is as dark as a water-bearing cloud, welcome, protect me. Krishna, who is praised by the Vedas and scriptures, whose story removes the fear of mundane world. Krishna, who has a bewitching personality, is accompanied by young cowherdesses, and whose great form wears the fish-shaped earrings, and the one who attracts the minds of all sages and people. Near the Samanila Krishna, Jayantashi Raga, and Tishra Ekatala.
कृष्ण नीरद समनील कृष्ण एहि नीरद समनील कृष्ण एहि जय जय नीरद समनील कृष्ण एहि जय 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 नीरद समनील कृष्ण एहि जय जय मा पाहि मा गम विनुता भव भयहरण चरित्र जय नीरद समनील कृष्ण एहि जय जय मा पाहि मा गम विनुता भव भयहरण चरित्र जय नीरद समनील कृष्ण एहि नरवर स्तुति रूप वेश नवव्रज युवती समेत नरवर स्तुति रूप वेश नवव्रज युवती समेत नरवर स्तुति रूप वेश नरवर स्तुति रूप वेश नरवर स्तुति रूप वेश नरवर स्तुति रूप वेश ಧರಿತ ಮಹನೀಯ ವೇಷ ಸಕಲ ಜನ ಮುನಿಗಣ ಸಮೂಹ ಮನಮೋಹ ಮಕರ ಕುಂಡಲ ಧರಿತ ಮಹನೀಯ ವೇಷ ಸಕಲ ಜನ ಮುನಿಗಣ ಸಮೂಹ ಮನಮೋಹ ಕರಕಟಕ ಕರತಲ ಝನ ಝನಿತ ಝಾಲ ಸಗದ ಗಿಡ ಸಗದ ಗಿಡ ತುಂಬಿತ್ತ ಕರಕಟಕ ಕರತಲ ಝನ ಝನಿತ ಝಾಲ ಸಗದ ಗಿಡ ಸಗದ ಗಿಡ ಗಿಡ ತುಂಬಿತ್ತ ಸಾಸ ಮದನಿ ಸಾಸ ಗಮದನಿ ನಿರಮ ಪಾಪ ಮಗಮದನಿ ಸಾಸ ಮದನಿ ಸಾಸ ಗಮದನಿ ನಿರಮ ಪಾಪ ಮಗಮದನಿ ಸಾಸ ಮದನಿ ಸಾಸ ಗಮದನಿ ನಿರಮ ಪಾಪ ಮಗಮದನಿ ಸಾಸ ಮದನಿ ಸಾಸ ಮದನಿ ಸಾಸ ಗಮದನಿ ನಿರಮ ಪಾಪ ಮಗಮದನಿ ಸಾಸ ಗಮದನಿ ನಿರಮ ಪಾಪ ಮಗಮದನಿ ಸ
Carl, are you there?
Next, we have a Padam. This is a composition by Maharaji Raj Swati Tirunal of Kerala. Here, the Nayika, or heroine, describes to her friend how she is longing to see her beloved, and that she's unable to withstand the effects of Cupid. She says, "The sun, who is the friend of the lotus, has set in the ocean. The gentle breeze which comes from the mountain makes her wilt as she is overwhelmed with desire." She says, since the longingness is mounting in her heart, her body has become weary. She keeps imagining her beloved in everything that she does and wants to be in his presence. Alarshara Paritapam in Surti Ragam and Mishra Chaputalam.
Tadarana Tadarina Tadana जलज बंधु भूमि है जलरी लड़युन्ना जलज बंधु भूमि है जलदी लड़युन्ना जलज बंधु भूमि है जलदी विवशमायि सतीगलशर परितापं सोल्व दिंगळि वेणि पणि बाले बाले जलज बंधु जलरी வளரும் ஹிருதி மோகம் என்னோமலே தளரும் நோமம தேகம் கரமுறி வளரும் ஹிருதி மோகம் என்னோமலே தளரும் நோமம தேகம் குசும வாடிக்கையதி உளவாயோ அழிகுலாரவமதிக கேட்பதோ அதிகமாதி நிதானமாய் சகி குசும வாடிக்கையதி உளவாயோ அழிகுலாரவமதிக கேட்பதோ அதிகமாதி நிதானமாய் சகி அலசர்
Good evening, everyone. Hope you all are enjoying so far. I thank you all for joining us on this joyous occasion. First and foremost, salutations to my gurus, Vidwan Shri U.K. Arun and Srimati Savita Arun, my parents, my family, and all my elders without whom I wouldn't be here. I would like to start by acknowledging the remarkable and highly accomplished artists that are part of our orchestra tonight. Tanmayi's soulful rendition, Balu's finesse on mridangam, Deepa for her exquisite melody, and Gautam for his enchanting music on flute. I'm truly honored to be sharing this space with you all. And I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for this wonderful experience. And I hope to have many such interactions in the future. Big round of applause. It would be amiss if I didn't mention about two of my senior students, Pratika and Sharda. They have been involved and interested in Caroline's journey throughout her Arangetram, helping her with practices, providing support, counseling, and giving inspiration. Pratika is here today and is helping with the lighting. And Sharda is currently doing a study abroad program and she's watching this live from Argentina. I'm so proud of you, Pratika and Sharda, and I thank their families for their unending support to our school and to me. Now about Caroline. I have often questioned myself as part of self-introspection, why I do what I do. Through questioning, one is presented an opportunity to get clarity to one's actions. A fine example is Caroline's performance today. The memory I have of Caroline when she first joined our school is that of a preteen who appeared to have minimal interest and focus on dance. She was there only for one reason, to satisfy her mom. And I'm sure they both are nodding their heads in the backstage. Over the years, it didn't change much, but she kept coming to class nevertheless. One fine day, she happened to witness one of my students' Arangetrams and wanted to go through that same experience and transformation for herself. I was in disbelief when her mom called and told that Caroline was interested in doing Arangetram. She was willing to subject herself to this test of perseverance, grit, and hard work. Being a TAM student and with COVID in the mix, both teaching and learning weren't easy. But she kept pushing, and slowly I started noticing how she was transforming into a beautiful young lady, almost like from pupa stage to a beautiful butterfly. This spark, this ignition that I see in kids is what reinforces me in my purpose and motivates me as a teacher to continue. This strong inner desire to bring about a change in oneself can move mountains. Caroline, who was so shy and couldn't even look at me in the aisle while dancing, to this Caroline, who can emote from a fierce Kali to a mischievous Krishna and to a lovelorn maiden with confidence, is commendable and a remarkable journey that I'm very proud of. I would like to take this moment to also congratulate her parents, Allison and Jojo, for standing by their daughter and providing unending support, and for trusting me with their daughter. Lord Nataraja is known as a Lord of Dance, but most importantly, as a symbol for equanimity. I would like to present Lord Nataraja to Caroline for her achievement today and want to wish her well in the future endeavors. Caroline, would you please come on stage? May you continue to excel in dance and let this symbol of Nataraja be your constant guide to bring harmony and balance in life. I wish you well. Let's go. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Caroline's dad, Jojo, and I would like to thank you all for being here to celebrate Caroline's Bharatanatyam Arangetram. We feel humbled for the immense support we have received from everyone throughout this journey. Firstly, we would like to thank Caroline's guru, Vidushi Srimati Sapna Bhatt, for tirelessly finding ways to make this Arangetram a great success while being challenged with a pandemic and a student that was always at school. Whatever you have seen today is because of Sapna's commitment to Caroline. Thank you, Sapna. Thank you, Orchestra, for the many ways you invoked our emotions with every dance. Thank you, Sharda, for igniting a spark in Caroline through your Arangetram performance. The many hours you have spent with her really helped her catch up. Thank you to our MCs. Thank you to our MCs, Kathy and Prithvi, for shepherding Caroline's Arangetram this evening, especially providing the narrative before the dances, which helped us understand the story behind each dance. Thank you. Thank you, Rosmi, Sita, and Shivani for Caroline's costumes, hair, and makeup that gave her a great presence on stage today. All the volunteers from Upasana School of Dance, including students and parents, Caroline's friends, and all of our friends and family who helped in so many aspects, what you saw here today. We thank you. Thank you, Saji, with Starline Studio for video and photo and live streaming of this event. Thank you, Lara Marsh and MPAC for the flexibility in working with us effortlessly. Thank you, Carl Askew and Candice Myers, the sound and light engineers this evening. Thanks to all of you in the audience for your blessings, well wishes, and congratulations bestowed on Caroline. Thank you so much. I'll hand it over to Alison for a few words.
Good evening, everyone. This all started with our little seedling getting a spark to start her journey towards Arangetram. The growth started with her Guru Sapna laying the roots for the student to grow. The nutrients for development being pulled from all directions. Just as a thorn is natural to a rose, sacrifices were made to ensure the seedling grows fully, whether that is Caroline being at Sapna's doorstep every evening during the week or early in the morning on the weekends, or Caroline giving up on activities at TAMS so she could be at Sapna's doorstep. Dear Sapna, I'm not sure how you sustained all of this, but we do thank you. And of course, Kiran and Prithvi, thank you. As time goes by, you see the rosebud starting to form. But a single petal is not full beauty of a rose. So our orchestra starts lifting the bud to flourish petal by petal, followed by layer upon layer of support from family and friends to make sure the rose stays at its maximum bloom for the performance tonight. We thank Sapna, the orchestra, and all of you for your blessings that are guiding Caroline this evening. I leave you with something I read that kind of stuck with me, probably because of Caroline's Arangetram and all the stuff that was going on. The moment in between what you once were and who you are becoming is where the dance of life really begins. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the performance.
The grand finale in today's recital is the Tilana. This is a fast-paced item consisting of intricate formations and complex rhythmic patterns. This will be followed by the Mangalam.
The Mangalam chosen for this evening is Brahma Mokate. The main essence of this piece is to convey that there may be many forms of the Almighty, but the Absolute Spirit is one. There are no differences of low and high. All the beings in creation are one because of the indwelling Spirit in each creature. Sleep is same to all. The earth we live on is the same to all, be it a king or a servant. Be it an elephant or a dog, the sun shines alike on both. For the good and the bad, Lord Almighty is our Savior.
Tilana set to Nalina Kanti Ragam in Adi Talam, followed by Mangalam in Bauli Ragam and Adi Talam.
तनधीं तधीं तधीं तनदिरना दिरना दिमि तधीं तनधीं तधीं तधीं तनदिरना दिरना दिमि तधीं तनधीं तधीं तधीं तनदिरना दिरना दिमि तधीं तनधीं तधीं तधीं तनदिरना ತಂದನಾನಾಹಿ ತಂದನಾನ ಪುರೆ ತಂದನಾನ ಬಳ ತಂದನಾನ ಬಳ ತಂದನಾನ ಬಳ ತಂದ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಮುಕಟೇ ಪರ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಮುಕಟೇ ಪರ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಮುಕಟೇ ಪರ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಮುಕಟೇ ತಂದನಾನಾಹಿ ತಂದನಾನ ಪುರೆ ತಂದನಾನ ಬಳ ತಂದನಾನ ಬಳ ತಂದನಾನ ಬಳ ತಂದನಾನ కందువగు హీనాదికమూలిందోలేవో అందరికి శ్రీహరి అంతరాత్మా కందువగు హీనాదికమూలిందోలేవో అందరికి శ్రీహరి అంతరాత్మా హరి అంతరాత్మా శ్రీహరి అంతరాత్మా ఇందులో జంతుకుల ఉండానొకటే అందరికి శ్రీహరి అంతరాత్మా హరి ఇందులో జంతుకుల ఉండానొకటే అందరికి శ్రీహరి అంతరాత్మా హరి అంతరాత్మా శ్రీహరి అంతరాత్మా తందనానాహి తందనానా పురే తందనానా బళ తందనానా బళ తందనా ఓ బళ బ్రహ్మముకటే పర బ్రహ్మముకటే పర బ్రహ్మముకటే పర బ్రహ్మముకటే పర బ్రహ్మముకటే పర బ్రహ్మముకటే నిందార రాజు నిద్రించు నిద్రయోకటే పండునే బంటు నిద్ర నదియో ఒకటే నిందార రాజు
evening, everyone. It's okay. I want to start off by thanking everyone for being here tonight. Tonight is the result of a lot of hard work from a lot of different people, and I'm very grateful to everyone who's made this event possible. There's a few people in particular that I'd like to thank, starting with the person whom I owe the biggest thanks to, my teacher, Sapna Auntie. So Sapna Auntie gave a little bit of the background in her speech, but she actually used to be my sister's teacher. And when I was like 3 or 4 at the time, and I would run around in her classes while she was teaching. And then eventually, after a few years apart, she became my teacher. And one of the first things she said when she saw me again was how the most memorable thing about me was how I was a very carefree and a very smiley child. And as she said before, within a few months, she kind of realized I didn't really like dance. And that I was doing it for my parents, but eventually I found my passion because of Sharda, and I decided I wanted to do my Arangetram. She put a lot of faith in me and took up the challenge of preparing me for my Arangetram, something I'm pretty sure neither of us never thought I would want to do. Through this whole process, there were moments where I slacked off and didn't practice during the week. Yet somehow she still had faith in me and kept teaching me. Eventually, through lots of hard work, I started improving and began to meet some of her expectations. This past week, as we started orchestra practice, she even mentioned how she finally started to see glimpses of the happy and carefree child I once was. Throughout my whole dance journey, I've had many teachers, but none that have had as much love and support as Sapna Auntie. She never gave up on me, even when I gave her multiple reasons to, and has put an immense amount of time and dedication towards me. She would spend hours with me after work and take time away from her own family just to practice with me. Along with being a great teacher, she's an amazing dancer and is very mesmerizing to watch. I'm so thankful she's continued to teach me after all these years and molded me into a dancer that I never thought I would be. I would also like to thank the orchestra for performing with me today and giving a sense of liveliness to my dancing. They spent hours practicing with me despite having another Arangetram yesterday, and have made dancing this past week much more fun and exciting. I'm also very thankful for the work that my parents have put into this event. There has been a year's worth of planning, and this event would not have been possible without them. They provided the perfect balance, with my mom checking in on me all the time, and my dad filled in the gaps and kept everyone in a lighthearted mood. They both dealt with me and all the stress along the way, and I hope that I showed them that it was all worth it. Another person I owe a huge thank you to is my sister. As you all know, she was the MC for tonight, which she did great at. And I'd like to thank her for taking this role along with the many other contributions she's made towards this event. She's been a tremendous help with decorations and designed the invitations, which many of you loved. My sister has been the rock in my life, but especially throughout this process. She was always the one that made me sane again and made me feel better when I had my doubts about my capabilities. So quite literally, this day might not have happened without her. I'm so thankful to have her in my life and for everything she's put towards making today possible. I'm also very grateful towards Pratika and Sharda, who have been such a big part of my dance journey. When I started dancing with Sapna Auntie, I'd come late on Friday nights after my Taekwondo classes, and I'd be so late that all the other students would already be done with their class. Despite this, Pratika would stay after her own class to help me, and I even learned my first dance from Sapna Auntie with her. She's put a large amount of time towards me and has improved me so much in preparation for my Arangetram. As a dancer, she's one of the best I've ever seen, and I've always enjoyed watching her perform. She is and will continue to be one of my greatest role models in dance. Sharda couldn't make it here tonight because she's in Argentina, but I'm so grateful to have her in my life. In August of 2019, Sharda completed her Arangetram, and this sparked my interest in having my own Arangetram, which is something I, for a really long time, never planned on doing. Up until that day, I never cared to be a good dancer, but seeing Sharda changed all of that. She had matured so much, and her dancing had transformed to another level. Alongside being my inspiration for my Arangetram, she also acted as assistant teacher and spent hours of her time with me and just hung out with me and kept me sane of mind with me. I'd also like to thank Sapna Auntie's mom, who couldn't make it tonight, for being so invested in me. She'd always check in on me and would even call to watch me during my practices. She's given me so much advice and has cheered me on from the start. Finally, I'd like to thank Prithvi for emceeing, Aparna Auntie and Anupama Auntie for everything that they've helped in the back, and everyone else who helped with decorations and who have made tonight run smoothly. And as I wrap this up, I once again would like to thank everyone for supporting me today, and I hope you enjoyed the show.
Program is done.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Tagadajanu tajam, tagadajanu tajam, tagadajanu tadirana, tanadirana di. Nadratani tajam, tagadajanu tajam, tagadajanu tajam, tagadajanu tadirana, tanadirana di. Tirana, 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 tanadirana.